Good morning, everybody. Hey, Gary here, trail name Jasper. Welcome to my channel. So today is Sunday. It's January the 17th. We had a little bit of a fresh snow last night. And even though we've got lots of snow on the ground, we hadn't had any fresh snow for probably 2.5, maybe 3 weeks. But last night we got, maybe an inch or two of fresh snow. Just to kind of freshen things up and make the trees look pretty and so on. It's a beautiful day for a hike. Today's hike, well, it is a day hike, and it's going to be from, I'm going to say, the bottom end or the southern end of the Pretty River Valley. It's going to take us over to and past, hopefully past County Road 91 and Duntroon. I'm hoping to get to the lookout area over the Walker's Quarry. It's quite interesting, and I'd love to show you guys that. However, just beyond the Walker's Quarry is the Duntroon Highlands Nordic Centre, and I know they have a lot of snowshoe and cross-country skiing trails, and I also know that that particular area is closed and there is a detour around there. So not quite sure if we can make it to the actual quarry or if the detour bypasses the outlook over the quarry. But you know what, we are going to find out. I'm guessing to the quarry it's about maybe 11 or 12 kilometers from where we started this morning. So of course at the quarry we'll be turning around, we'll be coming back, so it's around 22 to 24 kilometers for the day hike. So yeah, without any further ado, let us lay down some miles. Come along, come with me, enjoy it. Should be lots of fun, interesting. Temperature is about 0 minus 1 degrees this morning. I think the weatherman said, by the way, it's supposed to get colder now, because it has been really quite mild, really. Okay, beautiful location, beautiful morning. Gray, and quite windy too. In the open and higher elevations, very windy. Okay, let's go. Whilst we're on today's hike, we will try to answer a couple of questions. One that came in, maybe 2 weeks ago now, in regards to my vlogging and recording gear, camera-wise, whilst I'm on trail. So we're going to address that one down the trail a bit. And also, one that, more of a discussion than anything else, that I was chatting with a gentleman via email this morning in regards to backpacks again, and backpack size primarily. So we're actually going to talk about that a little bit too. Right now, we've got a beautiful view. If you can see this, I'm going to try to show it to you through the trees. The valley below, and then the escarpment as it rises the other side. What's ahead of us right now, we just came out of the forest and we're on a gravel road, but just ahead there's a stop sign. It's a T-junction. We go straight through and we start an ascent up to, again, the top of the escarpment. I'd say we're about halfway up the escarpment at this point. So it's a beautiful trail, very picturesque. Quite often you do get to see deer, coyotes, lots of coyotes in this area. I've camped just in the field at the other side of those trees before, and coyotes all night long. You can hear them yapping and so on. Lots of coyotes in this area. Anyhow, just thought I'd mention that, what we're going to talk about a little bit as we go along this trail today. Again, vlogging gear and backpacks, kind of the subjects of choice today. So yeah, it's a beautiful morning, guys. Really is. And it's funny, when I left my house, windy as all heck, but right in here seems to be quite calm. On this mailbox, maybe local hikers will know exactly where I am, but on this mailbox right here in the summertime, the owner, gentleman, lady, whatever, they have a hanging basket plant and a cup. And the cup says something like, "Please be kind and water me." And the beautiful, just a little creaky stream at the side of the road here. As we cross that, into the mud we go. Lots of mud. So yeah, I wanted to show you that too, and then local hikers will know exactly where I am right now. Okay, through the trees, into the forest. How pretty is this? Yeah. Standing Rock and Caves side trail. Now, that's a side trail that we're not going down today. However, we have been down that side trail. Super interesting. So that would be a Blue Blaze side trail, Standing Rock and Caves side trail. But that's not where we're going. We're carrying on the main Bruce Trail, continuing to head south. We're right now about 3.5 kilometers into the hike, and I just checked my trusty Garmin Phoenix 3 GPS watch, and we've climbed so far, or we've gained 750 feet in elevation over that 3.5 kilometers. Good information, especially training. Gives you ideas of what you can and cannot do and how you feel as you do it. So the numbers, like most things in life actually, a lot of it is mathematical, is numbers, but the numbers do help you when you're planning through hikes for many things and many reasons. But just a point, then knowing the numbers really helps. How far you can go, how much weight you carry, resupply, water supply, and so on. All based on numbers, really. Okay. Quite a little scramble coming up ahead. So I'm just going to put you guys back in your holster for now so I can use my poles. Right through here, just a gorgeous lookout. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Take a look at that. Across the valley. Wow. So, at 4.5 kilometers into the hike this morning, we're slightly above 1,000 feet of elevation gain. But it levels off here for a while. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to talk about one of the two topics we're going to talk about today. And the first one being the vlogging gear, the camera, and so on that I record my videos on and capture my stills on, and the reasons why I use it. So first of all, I am a GoPro guy when it comes to videography of any kind. Not because it gives me the best results. However, it gives me good results in combination with a compact size, a minimal kind of weight, easy to recharge, and so on. So I am using the GoPro Hero 9 Black, I guess. And I purchased this one for $529 on a Black Friday sale. The reason why I changed or upgraded from the 8 to the 9, and it's the only reason why, I wasn't going to, but the GoPro Hero 9 offers 20.1 megapixel stills, whereas the GoPros previous to that offered 12.1. So that 8 megapixel is a significant increase in still quality. That was the primary reason that I did it. Also, it has better stabilization than the 7 and 8, although the 7 and 8 were both fine with stabilization. This has what they call their Hypersmooth 3.0. But again, the stills, that's why I upgraded. On a long distance through hike, I choose to carry the lightest, minimalist camera gear that I can, that's going to record my videos and capture my stills. Now, these stills are not print quality by any means. Maybe a small print, yes, but they're just fine for digital display. And for my vlogging, that's exactly what I do. A lot of people will use their phone. Fine, no problem with that at all. I think a lot of it is what you get used to. But I choose GoPro. For overall quality, overall price, now they're not cheap, as I say, but $600 anyhow with tax and so on. Weight, what you get for your dollar, I choose GoPro. So that basically answers, hey, what I use and why. Now, there's lots of guys out there vlogging with DSLRs, vlogging with mirrorless and so on trail through hiking. That's fine too, but as you all know, I'm working on reducing weight. So again, the GoPro Hero 8 came in at 11.8 ounces with 2 batteries and the articulating selfie stick that I'm using right now. The GoPro Hero 9 is an ounce, about an ounce and a quarter more. Slightly physically bigger, slightly bigger battery. So yeah, you've gained over an ounce with that camera, but I'm hoping that ounce gain is offset by the quality of the stills. So yeah, that answers that question. GoPro for me every time. But that's just me. And there's a lot of people out there that'll have their 2 cents worth, and I hope you do. In fact, why don't you tell me what you guys are using? If you are vlogging or if you are on trail, and what you're using even just to capture images if you're not vlogging. What do you use? Do you use a camera? Do you use a GoPro? Do you use your cell phone? Really interesting to know who uses what, and maybe why, a little bit of why. Okay, so that takes care of question number 1. Gorgeous through here. Look at all the impact snow on these trunks. So you can certainly see where the snow was coming from. And the wind, if you will. We know the snow was coming from above, but the wind, you can see where that was coming from the impact snow on the trunks of the trees. Look at it through there, pretty. We only got maybe 1 to 2 inches last night, but enough to give us some beautiful character this morning. Oh yeah. Nowhere else I'd rather be right now. Well, actually maybe somewhere warmer. Maybe the Caribbean would be lovely. You guys know my 2 daughters both live in Mexico. One Puerto Vallarta, well, one has a home in Puerto Vallarta and Guadalajara. The other one has a beautiful home in Playa del Carmen. But anyhow, I live right here. Ahead of me on the trail, a couple of hikers. That's Nottawa 2627 side road, Clearview Township. Okay. Well, at least we know where we are. oh, a little over 6, maybe 6.5 kilometers in so far for the day. First break of the day. One of my famous kind of no-name cheese and cracker snacks. My coffee flask. And maybe a couple of vegetable crackers. That will constitute my first break of the day. It really is pretty out here, guys. A little breezy, but not at all bad by any means. Just a gentle breeze more than anything else. It's nice. By the way, I hope you guys got to get out on the trail today, but if you didn't, then you know what? Relax. Hopefully you enjoy my video. I do like these cheesy crackers. By the way, if you do like what we're doing, and if you enjoy my videos, I'm really grateful. Please like, share, comment, do subscribe. My channel needs all the subscribers it can get. Okay, but thank you for joining me today. We're going to finish our break. We're going to carry on down the trail. Hopefully, again, still heading to the Walker's Quarry. We'll see. I don't know if it's going to be closed, the trail closed past 91 at that point. I don't know. We'll see. Hey guys, the hike goes well. A little over 9 kilometers in the hike and about 1,300 feet of elevation gain. All goes well. But you know what? We did talk about cameras and vlogging cameras and so on. And we are going to talk about backpacks and backpack sizes. But I want to throw in there a little bit extra. And that is a story. Just this morning on my emails, one of my subscribers, Jolanta, if I'm pronouncing the name correctly, or Yolanta, asked me about my trail name, Jasper. And it's a question I've had many, many times. And when I answer that question, I always say, oh, it's a long story, but I got that from a teacher when I was a child. So I'm going to tell you the story right now as we progress down the trail. By the way, we're in a beautiful section, which I'll show you in a moment. But anyhow, back in the day, I don't know how old I was. I'm going to say I was 12, maybe 12. And I was on a trip. It was kind of an outdoors adventure type trip on boats. And it was run by the school that I went to, which was called Cowclose in England. Later became Harrington High. But anyhow, we were on a boat and we were traveling through rivers and canals in what's known as the Norfolk Broads in England. There was 5 or 6 boats. Each boat had, oh, I don't know, a teacher and maybe 6 or 7 kids or whatever. And this one evening, our teacher was Mr. Butler. He was the art teacher, an outdoors kind of teacher, very kind of hippie back in the day. And this one evening, we're oh, excuse me, we're at dock on the boat, and we slept on the boat, lived on the boat, and everything on the boat. And during the day, we would hike different places and so on. But and the boat traveled. We traveled all through the Norfolk Broads. But anyhow, this one evening, Mr. Butler is strumming his guitar and he's singing a song. And the song, we were all sat around the kind of the gunwale, if you will, of the boat and so on. The 5 or 6 students, and we're listening to Mr. Butler and having fun and laughing and just having a great time. And the song went something like, "Oh, Sir Jasper, do not touch, as she lay between the lily white sheets with nothing on at all." It was some kind of folk song that Mr. Butler knew. Well, I proceeded to fall over backwards off the boat and into the river. And it was pitch black and it was night time, and Mr. Butler and the other kids were, all the other kids were just laughing their heads off, and Mr. Butler popped his head over the side of the boat and he said, "Oh, Jasper, can you swim?" And from that moment on, I became to be known all through my school years as Jasper. It was just a one-time kind of name that stuck instantly. I was always Jasper. So many years later, when trail names became kind of the thing, if you will, or part of hiking, now some people will say, for instance, well, you must be given a trail name. That's not true at all. You can choose a trail name, you can be given a trail name, whatever you want to do with a trail name, and that's just fine. I decided to pick trail name Jasper as a tribute to a man that was a great teacher, a great inspiration to the youth of us, you know, growing up in a big industrial city, but he managed to find ways of getting us out of that city and showing us the backcountry and what was out there. So that's it. When it became time, or I thought I'd like a trail name of some kind, I picked Jasper. So I picked that name as a tribute to Mr. Butler from back in the day, who originally named me Jasper. So there you go. And now you know the rest of the story. So I thought I'd throw that bit in there. Yeah. By the way, if you guys, any of you out there have trail names, please tell us what they are and if there's a story behind them. It'll be kind of interesting to see, but now you know my story. Okay, so right here, it's actually beautiful. And you know, when I was doing my yo-yo and through hikes, I camped right in these pines here. In fact, one night, I met up with another through hiker, Tyler, and we both spent the night there. But anyhow, it comes out into a nice wide open meadow. And right here, we're approaching or arriving at County Road 91. Now, this is the point that I don't know if I can continue from here to the Walker's Quarry or not. But you know what? I guess we're going to very quickly see if that indeed is the case. So let's just head down this little piece here, because there's a style crossing. It doesn't say that it's closed there, so I'm assuming we can still cross and continue. But there is a detour if you're through hiking, or if you're going a long way along this section, which would be to the left, down the road, and then you'd make a right turn. Actually, right where that truck is, a long way away if you can see it, you'd make a right turn. But we don't want to do that. We want to continue on the actual Bruce. I think it's another couple of kilometers from here to what would be the lookout, if you will, or the view. Oh boy, it's kind of falling in the snowbanks here. But anyhow, let's just work our way through this. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So it doesn't look like it's being used a lot. However, it's quite open here and quite high, which tells me also that the snow is blowing in, because I do see the outline of the trail in the snow. Now, definitely finishing off on a section of closed trail, unfortunately, because for the last quite a while we have definitely been post-holing. However, I think just ahead of me is where I'll reach the lookout over the quarry. Let's just keep going. Let's see. Well, after about a kilometer and a half of pretty deep post-holing, we've arrived at the quarry. Let's take a little look. A very interesting place. Today being a Sunday, there's not much going on there, but a lot of the times it's a very, very busy quarry. We're looking at it through the fence, as you can see. Maybe I'll get you above the fence if I can reach. There we go. Yeah, pretty interesting. So I hope you found that quarry interesting. The wind up here is pretty strong, temperature is dropping, and the weatherman said that's exactly what was going to happen, as we actually are going to get a taste of winter, which we really haven't had, even though we've lots of snow. It's been a very open winter so far. It's been quite mild. But you know what we're going to do next? Right now, it's about 11 kilometers, maybe a little over, maybe 11.25 kilometers from where we started. We're going to get down from here into a more sheltered area, and we'll take a little break. And then we're going to head back to the car. Hey, so far, so good. We've got about a good kilometer of some pretty serious post holing to go through again. So, hey, let's just get to it. So back at County Road 91, having my banana. I probably mentioned this. So what I was saying before my GoPro ran out of battery power was I'm eating my banana. I'm back at 91. There's cars going by. 91, the road right there, County Road 91. The trail across the road from whence we came. We're having our break time, and then we're going to be heading back to the car, which is a good solid hike from here. So that's going to take us at least, about 2.5 hours or so to get back to the car, and that's fine too. So I hope you enjoyed the quarry. If it hadn't been so windy and so damn cold up there, we'd have spent a little bit more time, but it was just too cold, too windy. Wind was strong, and it just made it bitter. But yeah, fingers are cold. Okay, I'm gonna finish off my break, and then we're gonna get going. Okay, so we want to take a moment and talk about backpacks. So I did get an email just this morning in regards to pack size, and this particular gentleman said, before I saw your video, I ordered a 50-litre Osprey backpack. Do you think that'll be big enough? Well, my answer was, and my answer is yes. He'd seen my video where I use a 70-litre Aether, and I did explain to him that I just changed that for a 58-litre. So yeah, I do not subscribe to the old kind of sentiment of the bigger the backpack, the more weight you'll carry, the more stuff you'll put in it. I don't subscribe to that. I think as a through hiker, over time, we learn what we want to take with us. And with that in mind, we pack our bag or backpack accordingly. Oh, we've got some hikers here on the trail with their little furry friend. Yeah. How you doing, guys?
Hi there, how are you doing?
So yeah, it's always nice to see hikers on the trail, that's for sure. But anyhow, as I was saying, so I don't subscribe to the bigger the backpack, the more you'll take, the more weight you'll carry. I believe as a experienced through hiker, I know what I need. I know what is mandatory. I know what's nice to have. Generally speaking, I don't carry an awful lot in the category of what's nice to have. Everything I carry, I consider mandatory. Of course, the backpack itself, my shelter, sleep system, which is a sleep pad, sleep bag, and my bag liner, my cook system. I don't take a lot in the form of change of clothes, but I do have sleep gear, which also double as a base layer when I need them if it's cold. I do vlog. I am a photographer, so a certain amount of camera gear, what we've talked about before. In fact, we just talked about that earlier today. My GoPro, batteries for that, charging systems for my phone and my GoPro, so battery packs. I have to take that kind of stuff. And of course, your food and water. Small first aid kit, bathroom supplies, personal hygiene supplies such as toothpaste, maybe some Camp Sud soap and a toothbrush. Don't worry about a comb or anything like that. Maybe a nail clipper and a very, very small, one blade and one pair of scissors, tiny, tiny Swiss Army type knife. It's only 1.5 inches long, very light, very tiny. And my cook system, that's it. So yeah, so I consider those items mandatory. With that said, a 50-litre backpack for a through hike of the Bruce Trail is more than enough, and especially if we're conscious about weight. Now, another thing to think about is your actual physical size. It makes a difference. I'm about 200 pounds 6'2", so all my clothing is rather large, or most of it is extra large. That takes up more space in a backpack than, say, a small or a medium. Hence, I need a little extra space for that. So your own stature, your own build makes a difference as far as what size of a backpack you want to carry. Also, certain items do pack smaller than others, such as your rain gear, such as your cook system. We do have a video coming up. I've really got to get to it about cook systems. What works, what doesn't work, and the differences between them, because it's kind of important, especially as we consider through hikes. So yeah, a 50-litre, 55-litre, 60-litre, more than enough for a through hike of the Bruce, or a through hike of most things. Something to think about when you are buying your backpack is the actual weight of the backpack. My 1/8 70-litre weighed 5 pounds. My Exos 58-litre weighs 2.5 pounds. Significantly lighter, half the weight for that backpack. Still an Osprey, still got the warranty, still got the build quality and durability, and a certain amount of comfort. Not quite as comfortable as my 70-litre, that's for sure, but still a comfortable backpack. I consider it a reliable, solid pack. You can go a lot lighter than that. You can go hyperlight, which a lot of people have, and you can go with Z-packs, which a lot of people have. I still prefer to go with Osprey for the durability, the warranty. I think they've got the best warranty in the industry. And I also, don't forget, keep in mind, I also have my 60 plus 10-litre McKinley, which I use as a training pack, but would also use it for 1, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day hikes, no problem. I do consider that backpack definitely not a 60 plus 10-litre pack. At the very best, it's a 50, at the very best. A 50-litre, possibly 52 or 3-litre, but that's about it. Most definitely not a 60 plus 10. It's the Yukon model. It's a very comfortable, not bad at all, solidly built, great zippers backpack. So there's another backpack, and you get those for quite inexpensive, around $100 I think right now. I got mine, I think it was $65 or $69 on sale. So yeah, so there's a little bit about backpack. You don't need to go with a huge backpack. I do think get something that's going to be comfortable, something that's going to be durable. Do think about the overall weight of the backpack. All these things are extremely important when it comes to choosing the right gear to be out on trail with. And here we go, some more hikers today. Wow.
I've seen your YouTube videos.
Oh really?
Yes.
How you doing, guys?
Good, yourself?
Good, thank you.
That's awesome.
So yeah, more hikers on the trail. I mean, that's got to be good, right? It's a perfect day for it. People are out, people are staying healthy. Well, just under 23 kilometers, just over 2,000 feet of elevation gained. We are almost back at my car. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for coming along. We got to talk about a few things. Hope you found them interesting. We talked about the camera gear for vlogging. We talked about backpacks. We talked about my trail name, Jasper. Hey, yeah, I'm gonna be ready for my dinner. A good bath when I get home, I think, and I will be ready for my dinner. I'm gonna have a steak tonight with some cabbage, I think. That'd be lovely. Maybe relax with a movie. I was gonna work on the computer. I've got lots of video to edit. But you know what? Maybe not. Maybe I'll just relax with a movie tonight. Hey, thank you. Please like, share, comment, do subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.